Okay, let's talk about something we've all seen, and hey, let's be honest, maybe we've all done it: cutting through traffic. It feels like such a harmless little shortcut, right? A quick way to shave off a few seconds. But today, we're going to break down why this super common habit is, well, one of the most underestimated dangers on our roads. You know that feeling, don't you? You're on a busy street, you're in a bit of a hurry, and you spot it, that perfect little gap between the cars. And that thought just pops into your head: I could just zip across right now. It seems so simple, so much more efficient. But here's the thing: the data, the experts, all the real-world stories, they're all screaming the same message. What feels like a smart little shortcut is actually an incredible gamble, and the consequences can be absolutely devastating. So why? Why is this thing that looks so harmless so hazardous? I mean, it's just a few cars. Maybe they're stopped or crawling along. What's the big deal, really? Well, let's peel back the first layer of this puzzle: the cascade of risks you just don't see. You see, the real issue here isn't just about whether a driver can physically see you. It goes deeper. It's about a total mismatch of expectations. Drivers are mentally programmed to scan for other cars, for traffic lights, and for people at crosswalks. They are not expecting a person to suddenly materialize from between two parked cars. That element of surprise just obliterates their reaction time. And this is where it gets crazy. It's a chain reaction. A single person's decision to save 10 seconds doesn't just put them in danger. It can set off a whole sequence of events. One driver slams on the brakes, the car behind them can't stop in time. Bam! Another driver swerves to avoid that, maybe into another lane, and just like that, one shortcut has become a serious multi-car pileup. And the fallout doesn't just stop with bent metal. Think about the other drivers. These near misses cause a huge spike in stress, which can lead to more aggressive driving down the road. It grinds traffic to a halt for everyone else. And maybe the most critical thing, it can block an ambulance or a fire truck, turning one person's shortcut into a life-or-death delay for someone completely uninvolved.
This brings us to a really crucial point: this illusion of safety we have at lower speeds. We tend to think, oh, traffic is slow, it's fine. But the chilling fact is that a car moving at just 15 to 20 miles per hour has more than enough force to cause life-altering injuries to a person. It's a powerful reminder that there's really no such thing as a safe time to get hit by a car.
Okay, so if the risks are that high, why on earth do we still do it? This gets us to our second big why. We've got to look at the fascinating and sometimes kind of faulty psychology that convinces us to take the gamble. At the end of the day, it often just boils down to the simple, powerful pull of convenience. We're running late, we're tired, and taking the most direct path from point A to point B gives us this little hit of immediate gratification. That feeling of saving time, of being efficient, feels very real in the moment, and it often feels bigger than a risk that seems distant or abstract. But there is a deeper psychological force at work here, and it's something called optimism bias. This is that little voice in all of our heads that says, yeah, bad things happen, but they happen to other people. It's this natural human tendency to believe we're a bit more skilled, a bit more aware, or just plain luckier than the next person. It's the "it won't happen to me" syndrome, and it's a huge cognitive blind spot. And it's not just that. Other things start to pile on. Maybe it's a route you walk every single day. That familiarity can lead to overconfidence. Or maybe you see other people doing it all the time, which makes a risky choice feel normal, almost acceptable. And then, of course, there's the huge one: distraction. If you're looking at your phone or zoned out with headphones, you're just not present enough to judge the risk accurately. So far, we've been talking about individual choices, but that's really only half the story. For our third why, we need to zoom out. We need to look at how the very design of our streets can actually push us into making these dangerous choices. And yeah, the data shows exactly where these hotspots are. No big surprises here. Busy city centers with these super long blocks and not nearly enough crosswalks, that's prime territory. School zones, where you have kids and teens who are way more focused on getting to class than on traffic. And bus stops or train stations. We've all seen someone make a mad dash across traffic to catch their ride. And all of this points to a concept that urban planners have a name for: pedestrian hostile infrastructure. Basically, when a city is designed with crosswalks that are super far apart, or sidewalks that just disappear, or terrible lighting, it's not just a matter of people making bad choices. The environment itself is creating the problem. It's practically encouraging the gamble. Clearly, this is a pretty complex problem, right? We've got physics, psychology, city planning, which means the solution can't be simple either. It really comes down to a shared sense of responsibility, where everyone who uses the road has a part to play. All right, first up, for pedestrians. The advice here is super clear. Whenever you can, use a designated crosswalk, do everything you can to be visible. Bright clothes during the day, reflective stuff at night, and this one is huge. Make active eye contact with a driver. Get that little nod, that confirmation that they see you before you step off the curb. And yeah, put the phone away. Your awareness is your best protection. Okay, now for the drivers. If you see a pedestrian darting out, the absolute key is to act deliberately. Slow down right away, but do it smoothly if you can to avoid getting rear-ended. Stay totally focused on them. A quick tap on the horn can be helpful, but laying on the horn can cause panic. And most importantly, and this is critical, do not swerve. Your safest bet is controlled straight-line braking. And then, zooming out one more time, communities have a massive role to play here. This is about more than just PSAs. It's about fundamentally changing the environment. It means putting in more crosswalks that are actually visible. It means running education campaigns that stick. And it means using traffic calming tools, things like speed bumps or narrower lanes that physically force cars to slow down. And look, these solutions aren't just theories. They really work. This quote shows how just being smarter about design can have a huge, measurable impact. Things like scramble crosswalks, where all traffic stops and pedestrians can cross any which way, have led to massive reductions in incidents in some cities. It's proof that when we actually design our streets for safety, we can make a real difference. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? The next time you're out walking or driving, just take a second to really look around you. Look at how long the blocks are, where the crosswalks are placed, how fast the traffic is moving. And ask yourself this question. What does the design of my street say about who or what it truly values? Because creating safer roads for everyone is a shared job, and every single decision matters.
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.